when America goes in, they go in. um, tonight's hockey game, to me, I'm giving you the pregame show here, and then I'm going to Morrissey to the game at 8 o'clock. When America goes, they go in. But there's one big problem with that. And I totally agree with the young man who said it this morning. Because everywhere you go, because I'm a big hockey guy. Everywhere I go, oh, I got the wrong one. Hold on. You fix this. Oh, that's on my side. Okay, don't worry about it. This is a big hockey game tonight for me for the U.S. Because if the U.S. loses, one thing about our country, as much as we have racism, all this stuff, if America loses tonight, especially if they get blown tonight, a lot of people in this country is going to not only are going to lose interest, it's going to call these guys a bunch of losers, and uh, we'll see them in the Olympics next year. And I think that's going to hurt a lot of momentum that that this sport had for the last 96 hours. Hockey has been in glory for the last 96 hours, so much so that you have PK Subban just destroying, which I've been saying for the longest, the joke of the NBA. I mean, I am so glad. Give basketball fans a lot of credit. Nobody wants to see that white guy winning slam dunk contests against punks. There is rumors that someone out here, a rich person out here, is willing to give $10 million winner take all NBA for the NBA dunk contest next year. Let me say this right now. If that does happen, you will have a hell of a that white guy has no chance of winning next year. None. Now the only problem with it is Adam Silver ain't gonna let it happen. See, if I was the commissioner and some rich guy is willing to put up $10 million winner take all for a slam dunk contest, I would let him do it. Ain't Alabama. Shit. He can even pick who he wants as the dunkers. You know what I'm saying? But tonight's more about the NHL. But that was good work by PK Subban earlier this week, killing the NBA. Everybody's trashing it. NBA is too scared to do U.S. against the world because that world team will be so just, it will destroy the Americans. And it will be an embarrassment. There'll be people cheering to see the NBA loses. Everybody hates the NBA. The only people who love it is their niche, idiot, ignorant, casual fan base. And again, when your league is ran by casual fans, your league sucks ass. Period. That's why baseball survived 160 years. Hockey survived for 125 years. European soccer survived 170 years. Why? Because those leagues right there are ran by die-hard supporters. You got Miss Molina every week you look up, she's flying to London to see her football club, Arsenal. If that's not dedication, I don't know what the hell is. You got casual sport like the NBA, you can do whatever you want in that league. You can, which we all know, they fixed the league. And that's why the league is dying a slow death. I don't even think Cooper Flag could save the NBA. I think the NBA is gone to oblivion. And it's not going to change because people who were brought up with a silver spoon in their mouths, which more than half the NBA players did, and then they're making about doozles of money. You're not going to change those people. Not. And that's the difference between these two gladiators in this thumbnail and what the NBA is about. Let's see what's happening. Daniel Barry in the building. I saw him the other night in the Angels chat room. My man Todd in there, and that was a fascinating Sunday night. I'll tell you that. Daniel was in there saying what's up to everybody. Cheers to you, Danny. Saturday night birthday today. Hey, everyone, happy birthday, Daniel. Good for you, sir. You say what's up to Daniel. I'll be at Moss's for the game. You know, people wondering, well, what's up with you? Yeah, I'll be at Moss's for the game. That's where I'll be. As the thumbnail says, give it to me one more time. And that young man, he got into the fight with right there, Chuck there. He said something very interesting. He said, I didn't fight him the other night because the game was on TV. He said, I fought him the other night because I was fighting for the flag. I was fighting for the nation of Canada. Good for him. So happy birthday to Daniel Barry. So tonight's matchup, it's simple. Comes down to the goaltenders. I believe Canada will win tonight because of what happened on Saturday night. You could tell by the reaction of players. And I'm going to get to Connor McDavid in a second. And um, I think Canada will win because they're not going to lose twice in a row to the Americans. Now, if you're the Americans, how do you handle this? Well, it comes down to the two goaltenders. Billington, who came up big in Game 7 in that building, Moss remembers this. And you have Connor Helleybuck, who have been very good all year long. He's my MVP, by the way. And who solves the goalie tonight? Does Billington put on a Game 7 performance like he did 6 years ago at the TD building, TD Garden? Or does Connor Hellebuyck continue his dominant season? To me, he's been the best player all year long. I don't want to hear about MacKinnon and Draisaitl. Hellebuyck's been the best player all year. So this is going to be a good one, folks. And it starts in about over an hour from now. So I'll take you to the beginning of the coverage, and then I'll be back later tonight for LA Portland, which I find very fascinating. Lakers won last night. Lakers putting it together. and their bandwagon fan base. I can tell you right now about the Lakers. Their fans, their true fans, they're similar to the Cowboys. These bandwagon team fan bases are like this. Uh, if you live in the West Coast, you are a Lakers fan. Period. Period. And one thing I do like about West Coast sports fans, they stick with the fans, the teams in the West. So if the Lakers are not good, like who was the final last year? A lot of people rooted for Luca. Now they got Luca in their own back. So, all right, who comes up big tonight besides the goals? Canada wants to see McDavid do his thing and making up excuses that no one can skate with him, blah blah blah. Here's the bottom line. And I know this is going to sound crazy to people, but if Canada loses again tonight, you have nobody to blame but John Cooper. Because so far, Mike Sullivan has totally outcoached John Cooper in these games. I think the coaching is going to be big. Both of them are Stanley Cup champions, two-time Stanley Cup champions, both of these coaches. Um, I think Marchand is going to come up big tonight. I do. I think he's going to come up real big for Team Canada. But everybody wants McDavid to shine. I don't know. I look at Connor McDavid and I'm like, bro, you keep doing what you're doing. Okay. And what McDavid does is he puts fear into the opposing defense. So, in the American side, they got a lot of injuries, but they're not making up no excuses. And I don't know where the Americans go with this tonight. I really, really don't. I look at this game, and anyone can win this game. That's why these two teams are two of the three best powers in the world. Cannot forget Red on and all this. And I'm glad a lot of hockey fans who were excited about the fights. I don't see fights tonight unless it's a blowout. And these two teams have the capabilities to blow the other one out. I'd rather say who will blow who out. I think if I'm going with Canada tonight. I think if any teams that can, you're welcome, Daniel. Enjoy your birthday, family. Enjoy it. Really enjoy it. Good for you. Daniel Berry Sports highlights his birthday today. I wish him the best. Hope he has a good night watching the Lakers Blazers. I'll be doing that game up here after the hockey. So, I think it's a bigger game tonight for the United States. I think Saturday night it was a bigger game for Canada. They're in Montreal. They have an entire country behind them. Tonight was going to be funny. America is not going to be rooting for Team USA like Canada. Canadians are rooting for their. It's a lot different. America takes a wait and see approach. What made the game big Saturday night was the All Star game in the NBA was shit. We know that. And the game opened up with three fights, which gets anybody excited. If this game tonight is 3-2 and America loses, America just clicks off the set and say this team is full of it. Where was the first thing they're going to say? Where was the fisticuffs? That's what happens when you bring in casual. I just had a newscaster, local newscaster, anchor lady before I came on the air tonight, like about half an hour ago. And she poo-pooed the game, and she was more worried about who's playing third base for the Red Sox. I kid you not. And this is a New York anchor woman, and she cared more about is Devers going to play third or Bregman's going to play third. And I think the young man's name is Casas, something like that. She told him to shut up. So you know this young lady's from Boston because Boston men and women take their sports very seriously in that city. And she didn't even care about the game. She bypassed it because, like I said before, most Americans are only in here tonight to see two things: America win, but more importantly, see more fisticuffs. Because that's what got the American mind, the casual person, drawn in. People calling each other, you watching this? You seeing this? Tonight, if the two teams display a physical game or up and down game and the United States lose, the sets are off. They don't want to see Canada get the trophy. They just click it. So I wasted 3 hours of this shit and I'm going to work. That's the American's attitude. No, Moss, I will be in your room after I do this pregame show. So I'll be in your room at 7 o'clock. I'll be back in my room for Portland, LA tonight. The late game out in Portland. So I'll be in your room in an hour, Moss. Don't worry about it. I'll be in your room in an hour. No, 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 no. I'll be in your room, Moss. I'm not going to have people in here. I'll be back in here after the game. No, don't set up both. I'll be over there. Trust me, I'll be over there. Because I like to relax in your room. Then come back in here and see how I feel. If I feel up to it, I'll do LA Portland. I've had a long day, man. So I'll be over there. Make sure 305 goes over there, too. Hit 305 up. Tell him to come to your room. I'll be there at 8 o'clock. Yeah, delete my channel. Yeah. Thank you, buddy. I'll be in your room in about an hour when it starts. So this game to me tonight is big for USA. This is huge. Because if Canada beats them, Canada is going to remind them that they invented the game and they own the game. America wins tonight, they're going to have a whole year to throw it in the Canadian faces that we beat you twice. We kicked your ass in your building, and then you came to ours and we beat you again. On the other side, like I just said, Canada will make the U.S. genuflect to them and remind them who is the king and who's your daddy. Sport. Cheers to you, Moss. Moss is gonna walk his dog, be in a hot tub, and go into his room. So Moss has a very eventful early evening out in Saskatchewan, a little after 6 out there. Oh, yeah, it's going to be 6 o'clock out there. It's going to be 7 o'clock here on the East Coast. Snowing here in the Northeast, here in New York City. This game, folks, is going to be big. If you're a hockey purist like I am, CK Moss, this is, well, Moss is more biased towards his country. I don't have a problem with that. I always believe Canada is the best players in the world. But the U.S. has done a great job catching up. And the U.S. is going to build a $200 million ice academy for 14 to 16-year-old boys and girls to train to someday be a professional hockey player. Yep, the pressure's all on USA. No doubt, Moss. This is, see, Moss, when you're a guy like me and you respect your opponent, which I do, I have no dog in the fight. I'm not going to be like Vamos waving a flag for U.S.A. I'm not doing that tonight. Tonight, I just want to see gladiators on the ice. That's what I want to see tonight. No violence, just gladiators on the ice. And I promise you next year, folks, you don't know this man's name, but Tom Wilson will be on Team Canada next year. Before Terry, I said American had the best roster. Yeah, they do. But you know what? You got the Canadian team that is highly, highly motivated to make amends on what happened last week. I'm telling you, folks, America loses this game, America will cut out the lights of the NHL. That's going to hurt America. That's going to hurt the American hockey. It's going to hurt it bad. Because when you lose the casuals, again, one thing about our country, folks, we are very patriotic. And that's why they pay billions to broadcast the Olympics. While CBC Canada, Rogers Sportsnet pays 200 million to broadcast the Olympics. Canada has a little bit better superstars. I agree, Mark. You're 1,000% correct. As usual. Yep, you're right. If you don't follow the sport, you don't know how great the Canadian players are. McDavid, and let me get to Connor McDavid. You talk about a guy that has a serious ego problem that he keeps it in. I sent Morse a clip of with Mario Lemieux walking into the room to wish the players luck. The look on Connor McDavid's face was, what the hell is this old? Canada has a very history of the French Quarter and the Anglo-Saxon Quarter not liking each other. The look on Connor McDavid's face could kill. And then when he announces the starting lineup and said, "Sit the kid," they put the camera back on McDavid's face. I'll tell you right now, folks, if one thing Walt Tkachuk said, that will be Matty to you, not Tkachuk. And he's right. You can tell the Canadian team don't really like it. There's a lot of egos in that. A lot. And if I had to point the finger to one guy that really doesn't fit in that locker room, it's Conor McDavid. And you ask me why? Beginning Saturday night, Saturday morning, Conor McDavid to Canadian fans is the best player in the world. He has his own squad in Edmonton. He has his Robin and Leon Draisaitl. And CBC and Ron McLean's going to go crazy over McDavid. On this team, McDavid is looking more and more as an afterthought. And I'm not kidding. McDavid is a player that, as great as he is, I don't think he likes the fact that he's not the vocal point of this team. And it's not. And you also get a player like um, Nate MacKinnon, who told the head coach last week, "I'm not playing with Connor McDavid." What did that tell you? That this team, like Monster said, have more superstars on the team, but they really don't get along. And if they lose tonight, I think their egos are going to be, I wouldn't say damaged, but it's going to bother them that they won't get a chance at the Americans for you. Oh yeah. But I do think they'll win tonight for two cover the spread for me. And I'm a happy camper. But McDavid's a guy that either he's gonna take over this game or Sidney Crosby will go down as the new GOAT of this league. And it's gonna hurt McDavid. I'm telling you that right now. It's gonna hurt. Because he's so used to being called McJesus, blah 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 blah. But if they lose tonight, or if Sid or MacKinnon dominates the game, then it's already started up in Canada with the media. He's never won a big game in his life, Connor McDavid. And to see the look on his face when Mario made the announcement in the locker room and said, Sid the kid, and the look on McDavid's face tells the story. None of his teammates are there. There's no Draisaitl. There's no Jack Hyman. And it leads a question next year. If Sid doesn't play, and he has every right to tell the Canadian Olympic Committee, I'm not doing this no more. Who becomes captain? McDavid or McKinnon? That would be very. Or Kill Makar. See, when John Cooper says on Tuesday that he's playing his champions tonight a lot, he's depending on his champions. I know in that locker room there were some players in that locker room that hurt their egos to hear the head coach say. Now the Canadian media backtracked, Cal Bukowskis today talking about instead of saying what the coach said, he changed it around and said guys who almost won cups because he had to throw McDavid in there. John Cooper ain't looking at that. John Cooper's like, yo, my Tampa Bay guys, Marchand, MacKinnon, Crosby, Makar, Bennington, they're gonna have to carry us tonight for us to win this championship. And he's right. He's absolutely correct with that statement. But the Canadian media, see here in America, we love our winners. That's why the Tkachuk brothers are getting all the love. No one cares about Matthews. By the way, Matthews is hurt. He's going to give it a go tonight. No one cares about Austin Matthews yet. He's very stoic. He plays in Toronto. No one cares here. And the Tkachuks, if you thought the Tkachuks were big before, and Eichel, those guys are even bigger now. And that's who the American fan base or the casuals are going to be looking for tonight. The line of Eichel and the Tkachuk. They don't care about the Lakers. They don't even know who the hell Connor Helleybuck is, right? Plays in Winnipeg. You got one of the best defensemen on the planet in Josh Morris. And I love Morris. I love me some Morris. Like, that's in Winnipeg. If you don't follow the sport, you never heard of it. I mean, I bet you a lot of you fools don't even know who Brady Point is. And Brady Point can carry this team by himself. That's how great he is. But you people don't know this Brady can't. You feel me? You guys are in with the plan? You understand where I'm going with this? Cooper is going with his winners a lot. I'll get back to this game in a minute. Let me get back to what we're going to see beginning Saturday afternoon as Connor McDavid and the Oilers will start. Thank God I can gamble again tonight. I gambled on the NBA on this game. I took Canada across the board to win this game, over 5 goals, 5.5 goals, and the money line. I took the Knicks tonight across the board, 13.5, the money line, and under 244. And I took the Blazers tonight, plus 4.5, the money line, and I took under 226 points. I should have put over Lakers. I may go back and just take the Lakers back, thinking about it. But yeah, those are my picks tonight. By the way, 7:10 Eastern Time, 50 minutes away from. Well, the game's gonna start at 8. I heard that it's gonna start at 8:25 tonight. Here's the winners. So they showed the list of the winners of that team, the team of Canada. I just listed. But all right, Brian Boyle, a man who I had the pleasure to meet. I'm gonna say good, what, 12, 13 years ago. Nice guy. He used to play with the Rangers. He just said that uh, John Cooper's playing a dangerous game. They just show the guys who are winners, and these are the guys you're going to rely on tonight. I think sometimes you're playing with fire when you do that as a coach. And John Cooper is a man of his word. He's sticking with it. Remember, both of these coaches are Stanley Cup coaches. These are not bums who are coaching these two teams tonight. These are championship hockey coaches. Cooper's won two, Sullivan. So you're not getting uh, stupidity tonight with these two coaches. I think they said Sullivan's going to ride the Eichel to Chuck line tonight. He's going to ride it. Tells you how bad these two teams want to win. That Cooper is riding his winners. I'll tell you this: Cooper's coaching the Olympic team next year. Both of these coaches. I'll tell you right now: Cooper wins this. There are going to be some pissed off players on this team going to next year. I think sometimes is he doing the right thing? Brian Boyle said no, he's not. By even making it public. Mike Sullivan the other day, oh yeah, Hughes will be back. He's coming back. Everybody said, what? And he's not coming back. I'll get to that. Let me get to Saturday afternoon this year. And again, thank the Lord that the season is back. Then I'm going to tell you what the second half is going to look like. And I'm going to stick with that in the West. Because I think the East is done. You're going to have Carolina and the Devils, unless Rangers catch the Devils. And you're going to have Florida, who are still given an outside chance to win that division. You're going to have Florida against Toronto, which could be the Leafs' worst nightmare. I don't think the Leafs want to play. I mean, excuse me, did I say Leafs? Uh, you're going to have Leafs versus. I forgot who's the third place team in that division. Oh, you're going to have Leafs Tampa. Leafs beat them last year, but that was last year. This is now. Feel me? In the West, this is where the scenario gets a little hairy. I do see Minnesota getting stronger. I also see the Canucks getting better now that they got that deep defensive core they got out there. But I'll tell you one thing: these are the last days of Patterson being on that team. He was horrible. You know, the Finns didn't want to throw nobody under the bus, showing class. But Patterson has been horrible. And I think the sooner the Vancouver Canucks is giving him 10 more days, if he doesn't do anything on offense, the Canucks got to get rid of him. Got to. All right, this is the slate. If you live here in the States, you get a you get a doubleheader on Saturday. Wild at the Red Wings. Ironically, Red Wings are the seventh seed in the East. The Wild is in third place in the West in that division, which would be the Central Division. So that's going to be a very interesting game on Saturday that ABC has. You got the Oilers and the Flyers. That will be on Rogers. Capitals and Penguins is your late afternoon tilt on ABC. That will be interesting. Then you got the Rangers at Buffalo. Who cares? Kraken and Panthers. Who cares? Stars and Devils is good. That's a 6 o'clock face-off. Avalanche and Predators. Who cares? Ducks Bruins. That's Moss's game. Carolina at Toronto. That's a good game. Canadians and Edmonton and Ottawa. That's a good game. Jets and Blues. That's a good one. So me tomorrow night, I'm just gonna sit back. I'm gonna watch Winnipeg and the Blues, and then I'm gonna watch Vancouver and Vegas, who I think will be the first round matchup. All Vancouver Edmonton will be in the first round. If you're Edmonton, no, Edmonton's on a mission. They're not gonna dog it. They're on a mission to win the Stanley Cup. So you're gonna get a Edmonton, Colorado first round, and I picked Colorado to win this thing, and I feel Colorado could be anybody. They're that great, not good, great. Landeskog is still working hard to get back. The Oilers are the Oilers in the West. That will be a hell of a Stanley Cup um, first round playoff game. That one of them are going to get bumped early. I see Minnesota and Vancouver playing well these last couple of weeks. These last 2 months, I see both of those teams playing very well. They're both healthy. Vancouver is so deep on defense, they can let Quinn Hughes rest some more. Patterson's going to be the question. And if uh, you're Vancouver, I'll say it again. These next 2 weeks is going to tell you where his head is. If he's still stinking it up, these next 2 weeks, March 7th, he got to go. Trade him to Buffalo for that kid, what's his name, Dylan Cousins. You go ahead and do that. He needs to be in the Buffalo, or nobody will ball. So that is your slate on Saturday night. I don't know who I'm picking, putting my money on. I may go Jets. I'll go Senators. Well, that Red Wing Wild game is interesting. Saturday afternoon, I'll lay back, sit back, and watch that game. I'll watch that. I'll watch the Oilers. I don't get the Rangers, Devils, Knicks, Islanders channel no more on my cable. Those dumbasses, there's a lot of, I just call it like I always do, it's a lot of racial reasons why that channel's off the air, which I think is stupid. But that's just Saturday too. Like I said, right now, uh, right now, I got the Jets for sure. 'Cause I'm good. So, so I'm right here just chilling, as I always do, getting ready for the game. I'll be at Moss's after I finish this. Moss telling me what's the plan. Yeah, I'll be at your boom, Moss. Period. I'll be there after I do this pregame show. I need to talk a little bit. I haven't talked up here in a few days. It's just nothing's happening. But this until tonight. Yeah, I got the Blues. I'm gonna take Vegas Saturday night because they have played like crap since December. But they had a week. Well, not really. Their two biggest players played in these tournaments, going up against each other. So I'm gonna leave that game alone. I'm gonna go Winnipeg. I'm gonna go Senators. I'm gonna go Avalanche. That's where I'm gonna go Saturday night. Put my money there. So I got the Jets on the road, the Avalanche on the road. I may take that back because the Senators had 8 players playing in this. But then again, they had days off and they play in North America. They're not flying back to Sweden or Finland. Canadians are well rested. They only had one of their goalies in this tournament. So yeah, I'll go Canadian Saturday night. Hockey night got 3 big games. They got the Leafs against Carolina, Canadians and Senators, Jets and Blues. That's their 7 o'clock slate. How about Drew? How about Drew Doughty? Been hearing him talking about These are the fastest games he's ever played in his career. These world games. How excited he is to play again. Yeah, boy, Drew. Miss Melina saying go Canada. Again, folks, like I've been saying, I'm betting money on these games. I got the itch. That's playing gambling every night. It's like a lotto for the common person. You know what I'm saying? I got Canada tonight 4-2. Cover my spread, cover my bet. Hope the Knicks do their thing, and the Blazers play some defense tonight against LeBron. That's what I'm hoping. Whew. Glad everybody's had a good week. Everybody's living alive. Helleybuck's the better keeper, and that's what can come down to. I think Billington is going to come up big. Bennington's going to come up big tonight. And it's still Canada's going to win, and he will be the MVP. Will be Bennington. Where he won the cup is where he's going to win for Canada tonight. He's going to be the big star. I think McDavid has a big game because John Cooper basically slighted him, and I was getting to that. And Brian Boyle said that Cooper's playing a dangerous game by making those saying what he said on Tuesday, and yesterday he reaffirmed it. Like I said, Babaskus, Kyle Bukowskis tried to play it down and reword what the coach said. Everybody knows the coach. Cut it off. The man's going to play his champions tonight. Drew Doughty's going to get a lot of minutes tonight. I think Canada wins in Boston. And if they do, there'll be millions upon million TV sets in America that will click off and call these guys a bunch of pieces. I'm talking about Team USA. That's how they do things. Sad but true. That's how they do it. It's going to be 30 minutes after the hour, soon here in the Northeast. And, like I said, I think this is a much bigger game for the U.S. And if they lose, then what people are going to remember of this team is they had a couple of fights, they couldn't win the big one, and what is going to change a year from now going to the Olympics with Canada still the king of hockey. America wins tonight, and there'll be a summit in Ottawa about what the hell went wrong. That's how seriously the Canadians take this. That's right, you heard me right. There'll be a summit in Canada. Uh, you got all that. Football news, George Sanders, he did something. Oh, he's not going to the draft. Him and I told you this a couple weeks ago. Dion's going to have them on campus with their Colorado teammates, him and Travis Hunter. They're not going to the draft. Of course, the draft is upset about that. And Shador got word he may be going six to the Raiders. So Dusty may get his first. I keep telling you guys, nobody wants to deal with Dion and young Glock, whoever his name is. You had that idiot, um, Lil Wayne, who still can't believe that Jay Z picked Kendrick Lamar. Well, let me tell you something, Lil Wayne. You wouldn't be in the news 2 weeks after the Super Bowl like Kendrick Lamar. Okay? Yeah, I used to listen to hip hop and rap. Uh, Lil Wayne came out like 25, 26 years ago. Speaking of which, the big story here in the United States, and the only reason why people are going to watch the game here in America is that our new president will be at the game tonight. Donald Trump will be in Boston tonight for the game. And that's going to cause a big story. And that's going to turn a lot of people off that Trump is going to be at the hockey game, right? Which he will be at, up in Boston. So, sitting here rocking Sean Monahan jersey. So, puck dropped in less than an hour. Going to be about, how many dropping at about 8:25 tonight up in Boston. Then Sunday we got a doubleheader. Look at this game Sunday. 1 o'clock Eastern. I need to know. Oilers and Capitals at 1 o'clock? Yeah, I'll sit back and watch that. Rangers and Penguins, I'll skip that. You know I'm watching the Flames lead Sunday night. Colorado got the Blues. Kraken is in Tampa. Ducks are in Detroit. Devils in Nashville. Maple Leafs are in Chicago. That game is on Hulu. Stars and Islanders. That's interesting on Sunday night. Got the Islanders playing out Long Island. Utah and Vancouver. Calgary back home before they go to their road trip of death beginning Tuesday night. They're at the Capitals, at the Lightning, at the Panthers, at the Hurricanes, at Philly, and at Dallas. And then when they come home, Colorado and Dallas will be waiting for them. So good luck to the Calgary Flames, guys like me who want to see the team tank and lose. I'm getting my wish. That's why I'm licking my chops. And that's why I'm watching Michael Lisa film right, of the Saginaw Spirit from the Ontario Hockey League. See my team get better. Brand new building, plenty of cap space in 27 for the Flames. And so that's already got, when the new year starts in hockey, they'll have over 40 million in cap space, but they're not going to go out there. They are interested in the two guys that may be going for each other, and Patterson going to Buffalo, and Dylan Cousins and a couple more players who's thrown and going back to the team. They like both players. I don't want Patterson nowhere near my team. This guy has been beaten down, and I was talking about this with somebody last night. When your psyche's been beaten down too much, you're just lifeless. You really need a change. Does it really Patterson? It really does. I think Buffalo would do him good. And I think Dylan Cousins would do very well. I don't know who I'll bet on Sunday night. I tell you that Oilers Capitals game looks intriguing. Trade deadline 2 weeks from tomorrow. Me and CK will do the trade deadline. We'll do it from each other's platform. Expect Montreal to be big players in the trade deadline. They're going to trade out, which means they're going to get rid of a couple of guys. I think if Calgary goes the way a lot of us think they will, they'll trade probably Kadri and Anderson because there's no use. And if you're Nazem Kadri, do you really want to be another part of the rebuild, which is going on? Do you really want to stick around for that? Plus, by the time this team gets damn good again, you're going to be too old. You'll be gone. Isn't that crazy? And you got older guys on the team, and you got a bunch of young guns ready to replace you, take your spot. It must be an eerie feeling for these guys. Guys like Huberdeau, Kadri, Anderson, Uyghur, there's one more guy now who's older. It must be strange for those guys. Oh, Bachman. It's like, why even bother? Jim? Almost 20 minutes to the hour. I'm glad I have something to talk about. So, like I said before, I think the Canucks and the Wild will surge in the second half because they're healthy. Little Hagel bring the knuckles to Chuck again? No. No, no. Let me get your link. And put your link in IG. I'll get it. I'll be over there. I mean, this is a game I want to watch, so I'll be there. Monday, two games, Sharks and Jets. That game is on Amazon. Golden Knight and the Kings. That's a good one. They hate each other. That's a good one. And then Tuesday night, Bruins Leafs, Penguins Flyers, Flames Capitals. That's what I'll be watching Tuesday night. Oilers and Lightning, Rangers Islanders, Red Wings and Wild rematch. That's Saturday. I mean, that's Tuesday. Wednesday night, Jets are at the Senators. Canucks are at the Kings. That's your game on TNT. Devils are in Colorado. That's a good one. That was my Stanley Cup pick since the summer. Then you got Islanders Bruins on Thursday. Flames and Lightning. Oilers and Capitals. Oilers and Panthers rematch Thursday night. That'll be fun to watch. Then next Friday night, we got Leafs, Rangers, Kings at Dallas, Wild at the Avalanche. That's a good week coming up next week in NHL. And then next weekend, we got the Stadium Series, Red Wings and Blue Jackets, who cares? Calgary will be in Florida. That will be, look at this afternoon schedule for Rogers next Saturday. Lightning at Capitals, Flames at Panthers, Oilers at Hurricanes, Flyers at Jets. That's all on Rogers. But the night game, like the late game to third, Vancouver and the Kraken. I don't think no one's going to be feeling that. 20 minutes to the hour here in the Northeast. Wonder what trade's being worked on, eh? Let me do it in Canadian. Wonder what trade's being worked on, eh? Yeah, I'll let you know. I may take Saturday off because it gets good early games in the afternoon and just sit in my office and just watch, snacking on some chicken wings. Get ready for the games on Saturday. All right, Josh Morrissey out for Team Canada. They just announced that, and Mike Johnson's going all in on Josh Morrissey. He said, "How sick do you have to be to miss this game?" Well, he's out tonight. I didn't even know that. I saw him in the presser yesterday. He looked all right to me. But Morrissey out for the Canadians. Wow. Wow. I was rocking my Dan Marino jersey all day. A lot of Dolphin fans honking their horn. That's how it is here. Big Dolphin fan base here. Hughes. Yep, Morrissey's out. Morrissey's out with some illness, and Mike Johnson, I watch him every day on TSN with the GOAT, Hazy B. That would be Brian Hayes for you Canadian sports fans who watch him every day on TSN. Morrissey got an illness, folks. This came out of the blue. Mike Johnson went all ballistic on him. Moss is getting ready to start. The kid from what team he plays on again? The kid for Dallas is teaming up with Drew Doughty. That's the third defensive pair. You know it's Makar and his partner Taves. That's the first. I forgot who the second two was. But the third pair is Doughty and the kid from Dallas who played great the other night and they lost to U.S.A. So Moss is getting ready to load up his channel. We're 15 minutes away. I want to thank everybody who's listening. This is the big game tonight, folks. I'll do the Blazers late tonight. Don't worry. I'll join that game in progress. That's a 10:30 tip out in Portland anyway. So Lakers and LeBron. Lakers looking good, folks. I don't think they're going to win the West, though. I think they'll lose to Denver around Russell Westbrook's revenge on the Lakers. So we'll get it. I just think Jokic is too much of a problem for the Lakers to handle. I think Denver has rejuvenated himself with the play of Russell Westbrook and how deep their bench is now. Big Money Strong will tell you that. Yeah, that's who it is, Moss. Perico, the guy from the Blues, and Sanheim. That's the second pick. Flew Book hit Josh Don Sweeney saying, okay, now you know. I know he's hot. And I tell you, the flu bug has hit a lot of guys up in Boston. But Pedersen's got to go. We'll talk about him next week. And he's gone psychologically. When you get abused like he was verbally and sometimes physically by JT Miller, you just check out. And Vancouver is a hell of a flight from Sweden. Let me tell you, God damn. The flight from Stockholm to Vancouver? Shit. Wow. As they're showing Jake Dunso warming up for Team USA. A lot of people don't see the problem with the media, and I'm down on the hockey media. They don't want to give an MVP to a guy like who's our boy? Zach Werenski, who's leading the tournament in points. They don't want to give it to him. They don't want to give it to him. I think the winner of tonight's game, the goalie will win the MVP. If it's Bennington, he'll win the MVP. If US wins, it'll be Helleybuck. So, it's great breaking this game down. I mean, I'm glad Morse put the second defensive pair up there, Sanheim and Pericone. And Pericone's good player. It's already started with the two fat brothers up in Edmonton. That's what they have, brothers up there. They're losing the fat guys, picking their nose and worshiping Conor McDavid. You can't make this shit up. They're dreaming of getting Perico to Edmonton. I'm like, you guys are just a bunch of ass clowns up in Edmonton. Oh yeah. Just talking to young defenseman Slavin, that Billy Jackson, my God, is he jacked up for this? If you are a hockey person and you in America, this is the biggest game for you. That's why the American hockey community is pumped up for this game. Minnesota, Boston, the Dakotas, yep, the Dakotas, St. Louis, South Florida, Dallas, Southern California, where roller hockey is big. This is huge tonight for them. Seattle, Washington with the Thunderbirds. Seattle's a big hockey market. They know their hockey there. This is huge tonight for them. In places like New York, Kreider's not playing, so like Ranger fans are saying F you to this. That their boy Chris Kreider is not playing. Healthy scratch. I think that's sad that Mike Sullivan's treatment that way. But life is life. Life isn't fair. 10 minutes to the hour. I got 10 more minutes left before I go over to Moss. First thing I'm gonna do before I go to Moss is get me a drink of water, and then I'll pull up to Moss's room to do this game. Moss, I'm gonna let Moss go crazy when Canada scores. I hope both teams play great. I hope it's overtime. 3-3, sudden death. Players don't want to shoot out like they do in the Olympics. They want sudden death. It's going to be awesome tonight. And the game could be a gut. I mean, I could see Canada rolling the United States easily. So get ready for the weekend. I'll be back on. Oof, you may catch me in Moss's room on Saturday. With those kind of Helleybuck is going to start tonight. I just get the feeling the Canadians are going to solve Helleybuck tonight. I'm rocking the Flaming C, which is the Flames logo, Flaming C. I'm rocking my, like I said, Sean Monahan jersey. That's one of my bets tonight. Canada across the board, money line and over 5.5. I took Team Canada tonight. Knicks, I took 13.5, the money line and under 244 points. And I took my Blazers tonight, plus 4.5, money line under 226. I think that's my loss one. Unless they play great defense in the Lakers tonight. And I expect they will play great defense in the Lakers. Portland tops 6 in the NBA defense. They needed that 10-day break that they got. It was in Denver last week. Got swept by the Nuggets. Jokic and the boys. Sean, of course, still bullying his big brother's kid. Oh, it's great talking to you guys tonight. It's been a while since I've been up here because nothing's happening. Next week we got a great week. Hockey and the combine starts next Tuesday. Excuse me, next Thursday on my dad's birthday. Combine starts. God bless him, and I miss my father very. I had a phenomenal relationship with my dad. I miss my dad. His birthday, he would have been 88 years old. We'll do the combine next weekend. I'll be on all next weekend with the combine. Very important draft for the Dallas Cowboys. Very important draft for the Miami Dolphins. Very important draft for the San Francisco 49ers. And those are the three teams we will begin our draft coverage with. And we'll come on a little late for the draft. And on my thumbnail, it will not be Shedeur Sanders or Travis Hunter. It's going to be the four players who each team is linked to. Will be on the thumbnail. And we'll have good guys up here. And You're just gonna shoot the breeze. Then when the Raiders pick, Dusty will get into it. You know the Jets are gonna take an offensive lineman. Aaron Rodgers begging to stay. Aaron Glenn don't want nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers. Good for him. Get a better locker room from it too. Where will Sam Donald go? There's rumors the Bengals may slap the franchise tag on T. Higgins, and if that happens, that means that old boy ain't getting his money this year again, and that could be very dangerous. That could be very dangerous. So the Bengals are in the news. They're going to go for it all this year. Green Bay, their debacle. We'll get into all of that beginning on Thursday. We'll do the combine. I'll be on in the middle of the day to give you the updates on who's looking good at the combine. So we'll have combine coverage next weekend. Do some hockey next weekend at Moss. So almost time for me to say adieu to all you guys. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you guys in the chat, guys in the sky. It's like I said in here, I give you the truth. I don't give you what certain people want to hear. That's the reason why I don't go to other guys' rooms because you're going to hear nothing but bullshit. But people like bullshit when you got 20 guys on a panel and a room that, fanboys are clicking and all that bullshit. And here, what you get is real. And I'm proud of what we've done. All the people who have helped, who contributed. I'm sorry that I'm not a fanboy. Maybe 20 years ago, yeah, me of today, I am now a fanboy. And I'm proud about it. With the fire engines behind me. I'm just looking at the NBA card tonight. Yeah, Lakers Portland. I'll join that game in progress out in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. As Miss Molina wishes me happy Thursday, go Canada. She's pumped up for it. All the Canadian fans making their way in Boston. A lot of Canadians at the game in Boston. All right, folks. I'll thank you. I'll see you adieu. Next time you hear from me, Lakers Blazers may have to join that game in progress. Thank you for being here. Good night from the Oasis. I'll be in Moss's room in a few minutes as the game is going to start in 25 minutes. So I'll see you up in Moss. Enjoy the game, everybody. Thank you for being here. Good night from the Oasis.